Did you know that nearly 70% of people believe creativity is just for artists or musicians? But here's the shocking truth. Creativity is a skill anyone can develop. You don't need to be born with a creative gene. In fact, 90% of all creative breakthroughs come from persistent practice, not sudden inspiration. Here's a wild stat. Researchers at Harvard University found that our brains are most creative when we're not even trying. That's right, daydreaming and doing nothing can actually spark your best ideas. In this video, we're diving into 6 proven ways you can unlock your creative potential, starting today. From discovering hidden tools in your mind to learning how to fail forward, these tips will help you think in ways you've never imagined. Ready to break free from your creative block? Keep watching. Chapter 1. Unlock your mind's hidden toolbox. Creativity isn't just for artists. It's a skill anyone can develop. The trick is to tap into your subconscious mind. Most people are unaware of the creative ideas hiding beneath their surface. But there's a simple way to access this: daydreaming. Research from Harvard found that our brains are at their most creative when we let them wander. When you let your mind drift, you give it space to make connections. These daydreaming moments are like little creative bursts. Mindfulness is another powerful tool. Studies show that mindfulness practices can boost creativity by enhancing focus and reducing stress. When you're more present, you can connect ideas that seemed unrelated before. So, take time to pause. The next time you catch yourself daydreaming, embrace it. Another trick is to ask your brain better questions. Instead of thinking, "What can I do today?" ask, "What would I do if I had no limits?" This simple shift in perspective can open doors to new, creative possibilities. Try creating a mental toolbox. In this toolbox, put all your past experiences, knowledge, and observations. Anytime you need a creative solution, open it up. Your mind is more capable than you might think. Chapter 2. The Art of Boredom. Embrace the void. We live in a world that constantly demands our attention. With social media, notifications, and endless distractions, it's easy to forget that boredom is powerful. In fact, boredom is a key ingredient in creativity. When we're bored, our brain's default mode network kicks in. This network is responsible for introspection, daydreaming, and problem-solving. Studies show that people who experience boredom are more likely to have breakthrough moments. In a 2014 study from the University of California, researchers found that boredom led to more creative solutions during problem-solving tasks. The absence of stimulation allows the brain to process information in new ways. So, embrace your boring moments. Next time you're stuck in a long line or waiting for a meeting to start, resist the urge to check your phone. Instead, let your mind wander. It's in these small gaps of time that creativity thrives. Another way to make boredom work for you is through unplugging. Try turning off your phone for 15 minutes a day. In this silence, your brain will start to come up with new ideas. Chapter 3. Fail forward. How mistakes spark genius. Mistakes aren't something to fear. They're the stepping stones to creativity. Think about how many innovations came from failed attempts. Take Post-it notes, for example. They were invented after a failed attempt to create a super strong adhesive. Instead of abandoning the project, the creators reimagined the adhesive's purpose. Failure encourages risk-taking, and risk-taking often leads to creativity. Psychologist Carol Dweck's research on growth mindset shows that people who see failure as a learning opportunity are more likely to succeed. They don't get discouraged by mistakes, they use them to grow. When you fail, you learn something new. Each mistake adds a new layer to your creative process. Try embracing the idea of failing forward. This means treating each failure as progress. A simple mantra can help. Every mistake brings me closer to the solution. It's also essential to create an environment where failure is accepted. A study from the University of Chicago showed that teams that embrace failure tend to be more creative. So, don't be afraid to fail. It's just another way of moving closer to your creative breakthrough. If you're enjoying these tips so far, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more. we've got even more creativity hacks coming your way. Chapter 4. Create your own creative environment. The space you work in has a huge impact on your creativity. In fact, a study from the University of Minnesota found that physical environments can influence creative problem-solving. A cluttered space may cause stress, but a personalized, inspiring one can spark your imagination. But creativity doesn't always thrive in neat, organized spaces. In fact, a study in psychological science found that slightly messy environments can encourage creativity. It's the chaos that often leads to new ideas. A bit of disorder can help the brain think outside the box. Think about designing your own creative space. Surround yourself with things that inspire you, artwork, nature, or even a quirky collection. Your space should reflect your personality, not a corporate standard. Try rearranging your furniture or adding new textures to stimulate fresh thinking. If you don't have a dedicated space, change your perspective on everyday surroundings. Go to a new cafe, or take your work outside. New surroundings can bring a fresh wave of ideas. Chapter 5. The power of play. Reconnect with your inner child. When was the last time you played without worrying about the outcome? As children, play is how we learn. Yet, as adults, we often stop engaging in playful activities. That's a huge missed opportunity for creativity. Play isn't just for kids, it's essential for our creative growth. In his book The Playful Brain, neuroscientist Sergio Pelliz shows that play stimulates brain areas involved in creativity. When we play, we experiment, fail, laugh, and learn exactly what we need to think creatively. Incorporating play into your routine doesn't mean you need to spend hours on a playground. Try making a game out of everyday tasks. For example, challenge yourself to write a paragraph in the most ridiculous way possible. This playful approach can break down barriers in your thinking. Also, reconnect with childhood activities that spark joy. Drawing, building, or even imaginative role-playing. These activities tap into a pure, unfiltered creativity. Play can push your boundaries and unlock ideas you never thought possible. Chapter 6. Curiosity over comfort. Seek the unfamiliar. The best ideas often come from unfamiliar places. Curiosity drives us to explore new paths, and exploration leads to creativity. Think about famous innovators like Steve Jobs. He was known for seeking out new experiences and learning from them. In fact, he often took his teams to unfamiliar places to spark new ideas. According to psychologist Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi, one of the keys to creativity is experiencing flow, which often happens when we step outside our comfort zone. When we try something new or unfamiliar, our minds have to adjust, creating room for creative solutions. Curiosity is the bridge between what you know and what you can create. To cultivate curiosity, ask, what if, or, why not, every day. Challenge yourself to learn something new, whether it's a different language, skill, or perspective. Traveling to new places, even virtually, can also expand your creative horizons. Curiosity can even change the way you think about challenges. Instead of seeing obstacles as roadblocks, view them as opportunities to learn something new. This mindset shifts you from fear of failure to excitement about the process. If you found these strategies helpful, make sure to subscribe for more tips and ideas on how to unlock your creative genius. Don't miss out on future videos that will help you think bigger and break through any creative block.